Well, hello. So we normally do fountain pens on here. And don't worry, I'm not doing a ballpoint today. But I thought I've had this curiosity that was actually sent to me by a viewer who sent me quite a number of pens, and in amongst the pens, these were mostly, the vintage pens that needed some work. In amongst them was an interesting little writing tool that I had never tried before. So we're going to take a look at an Inkless pen. Alright, so I don't remember where I got this pen from. I know it was given to me, but this is a little different for this channel. It's an Inkless pen. So let's take a look at it. So there isn't much to it. We have the wood body and a hunk of metal stuck at the end with, I guess that's some kind of branding. And that's it. Nothing special about the hunk of metal at the end. It's just a hunk of metal. Alright, so this is the Inkless pen. You can see it looks a lot like a pencil, but it's a little off. Like, not smeary. I'd show you how it erases, but I found out recently my pencil erasers are all hard, so we're not going to do that. But anyway, there's no ink in it. When we get back to my face, I'll talk about exactly how it does work. But yeah, no ink. Flex. Well, did you expect any? But I can definitely coax some line variation. I don't know, we lay it on its side, we can get something out of it. So, there's some potential here. It's just not amazing. Definitely feels very... a lot of resistance to me writing. Wetness and flow. I mean, if I'm going to start reviewing pencils, I'm going to need a whole new vocabulary, but there you go. Smear test. We'll do our best here. So again, does not smear. Let's see how this eraser does. Yeah, this eraser's a little hard. I must not use erasers much at home. Surprisingly, it is erasing. So now I have to draw that back on. Does not want to draw back on as well. So we'll draw another one beside. There we go. Reverse writing, well, that would be rather pointless because there is no reverse. So let's just jump to the world famous Peer Gustafson test. Clearly no trouble keeping up. I'm finding the writing to be very faint. I'm not super thrilled with it. But let's just try, if we want to draw with it, we probably want to have different levels of shading. So we're going to do something I don't usually do with a fountain pen. Well, so there's very light. Here's a little heavier. Here's heavier yet. Here's really... So we got some variation there. And again from the side. I used to enjoy doing some pencil sketching, so would I pick this? Oh, hell no. I hate the feedback on this thing. But, yeah, there's a little something. So let's come back to my face. I'll talk about how it works and, what my actual opinion is of it. So that was my Inkless pen. You can tell that the footage was older. In the years, yes, multiple, since I filmed that, how often have I pulled this out and written with it? Never. I don't like it. I like number 2 wooden pencils. I don't mind mechanical pencils. I prefer the wooden ones, but I don't mind mechanicals. Something about this is just too draggy and frictiony, and then when I look at the writing it leaves behind, it's too pale. So, I don't use it. Pocket test, well, I don't have a pocket, and who cares? It doesn't have a clip. So, carry it like you would a number 2 wooden pencil. I was curious, the science side of me, how does this thing work? So, as you probably know, but just in case you don't, the original pencils used lead. That's why people using mechanical pencils say, "Hey, can I get a lead from you? Is it a .5 lead?" You know, it's not lead that you're handing them, it's graphite. And the graphite works because it's layers, and you just kind of rub off the layers onto your paper. The lead pencils, you were rubbing off, well, literal lead. If you ever get some lead, wash your hands after handling it. Don't let people suck on it. But, you could take your lead and you could write on paper with it. I have pieces of lead in my classroom that I can use. Here in the United States, there are a god-awful number of bullets wandering around. Try writing with one. You can. I'm assuming it's lead, of course. They are everywhere. So lead was a good writing material. Now, other problems like brain damage and stuff, that's one of the reasons they switched to graphite. So I was curious, what is this actually made out of? And I researched it, and I didn't get really conclusive answers. I even found a website saying lead. Well, should sort of squish up the end if it's lead. It's not lead. What it is, I'm not sure. Most of the reputable websites I've found about it talk about it being some kind of an alloy. They're a little unclear what the alloy is. But then I thought, but why does it color the paper and does it wear out? Two big questions I had. So I found two different answers to how it colors the paper. One of the answers was it oxidizes the paper. Well, does it? That quickly? It could. I don't know. I don't think so. But any of you who have owned especially paperback books or newspapers or kept paper for a long period of time know that it eventually starts to turn yellow and get brittle with age. So I hope it's not oxidizing the paper. It's going to make it get brittle and stuff. But it might be. And then I have also read that other sources that say it leaves a thin layer of metal on the paper which oxidizes quickly. Okay, I can believe that. Everything I have read says that in a normal lifetime, it won't wear out. Well, I haven't owned it and written with it enough to know that, because here I am writing with it, and I'm already going, yeah, I've had enough. It doesn't go over the paper like a number 2 pencil, or, God forbid, a fountain pen. Another weakness, here I am. I can't remember if I did this in my original video, but I turned it on my side to do some, shading, like you're doing art. Not a fantabulous art tool. Can't get the degree of shading that you can with an ordinary graphite pencil. So, who is it for? I don't really know. It seems to be kind of a novelty. There was a while there where you saw them being sold all the time. There were some that were very expensive, some that were not as expensive. Most of the ones I've seen when I was researching this were between $10 to $30. That's a low-cost fountain pen. Yes, all you Bic Crystal people, I know you can get your Bic Crystal for 99 cents or just grab it for free from the local bank. But, yeah, is it worth it? I'd rather use a cheap wooden pencil. I see no advantage here. I guess I'll never have to sharpen it, but it's never that sharp, so I don't get to customize the point. It's never going to be that dull either. But there's just no... And then the way it feels across the paper, I just don't like. So, what would I say about it? If you can get one as a gift or for free, go ahead and try it out. But you probably won't like it. And it'll be like me, where you just keep it in your pencil cup as a curiosity, and every so often you pull it out on a week when you realize that, oh, I didn't get a video film this week. What am I going to do? Oh, look, here's this old footage. Why don't I quick add commentary to it? Yeah, that's literally how I picked the topic for this week's video. It's been a busy time. So, I'm glad I finally did the video on it. It did make me do a few minutes of research again about how it worked. But yeah, it's going to go back into my pencil cup and be a curiosity for a few more years until, who knows, maybe I'll get another day where I want to talk about this. So, I guess I will mention one other thing. I just took my finger and ran it over the writing I was doing while I was talking. Didn't smear at all. Didn't smudge, nothing. Usually my graphite pencils will smudge and smear a little bit. That's actually why I don't like to do long form writing projects with a pencil, because it smears and smudges and it just gets worse as the papers get shuffled and moved around. So I guess there's that. But yeah, she's going back in the pencil cup of curiosities. So I hope that was interesting. Hope it was useful. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.